So, this is considered a flop. Furiosa at number 3, a Mad Max Saga. It's at number 3. Weekend gross is $10.7 million for a total gross of $49 million after 2 weeks. That's on a budget of $168 million. You are either not going to get another Mad Max movie theatrically like this. If you do, it ain't going to be on that budget. And the next one might not even be directed by George Miller.
I didn't realize it had been so many years since Fury Road. I kept thinking Fury Road was like 2 or 3 years ago.
When's the last?
It was like 7,
9 years ago.
Today, stars aren't. We talked about this. Stars aren't what they are, what they used to be. You know, IPs, brands, those things sell. Chris Hemsworth is not selling movies. Even Tom Cruise couldn't even sell The Last Mission Impossible like they wanted it to. You know, it didn't help that they released it in a very crowded summer. But you know, nobody's. Brad Pitt ain't selling movies.
Right.
Ryan, hey y'all, look, Ryan Gosling ain't selling movies.
Right.
You know, it's just we're in a different age now, and I don't know if it's going to come back or whatever. You know, I don't know, but it's like these stars aren't selling movies. So Chris Hemsworth, he wasn't selling this movie, especially if you put a damn Humpty Hump nose on him. Like I said, you know, you can't even recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just a weird thing with this movie right here, man. Mad Max is a very hard thing to sell, and I think they got ahead of themselves because of all the hype that the last movie received with the Oscar nominations. Still a fun movie though.
And people are going to be talking about Fury Road till the end of time. Like that I consider that one of the best action movies to be released in my lifetime. Like in the top 10 for sure.
Well, a lot of people liked it, but you know, even that movie wasn't huge. It did well, did better than this. But then again, to be fair, it wasn't released under the same circumstances or, you know, era of box office and theaters and film that we're in right now.
How do you think they're going to play this? You think in 2 weeks we're going to see that on demand, or do you think they're going to keep it in theaters for a while?
That's a great question. I don't know. What do you think?
I have no idea, because I think that movie theaters could become a place where it's like, ooh, I want to see that movie theater movie, you know, where it'll stick around for a long time. But who knows? It'll turn movie theaters like into theme parks almost.
Well, you got to keep in mind the average person's not thinking like us. The average person is saying, "I'll wait." So they could. I mean, thing is, you turn on your TV and there's these movies on there. If you have a smart TV, you know, you turn them on, it's like, oh shit, that's on streaming now. You know, so it's hard to tell. You know,
Disney's not fucking around. We know with that Planet of the Apes movie, like that's sticking around in the movie theater.
What the plan until it's gonna be gone soon.
Yeah, I wonder how long they're gonna wait though. I mean, now the turnover's immediate.
Yeah, it's so unpredictable right now, man. Who knows? Who knows what's what? I just think we're seeing a point now where people are gonna start thinking about budgets. You know, are we gonna start spending this much money on movies, especially if they don't have the wide recognition or audience, or if it's a niche film? We're gonna be thinking about, you know, casting differently. We're going to be thinking about more brands and IPs. We're going to be thinking about how things are distributed. We're going to be thinking about probably bringing back certain movies that weren't there before, and that's like the mid-budget film.
And a big thing now is just re-releasing old shit. Like, I know they're always doing that with Star Wars, but like Phantom Menace did better than some movies are doing today.
Yeah.
Honestly, even the Road Warrior, if they were to do a what do you call a master print, a remaster. They could re-release that, and you look at just rewatching that movie on Memorial Day. I was like, it's such a tight movie. It's just barely. Is. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, and everything you need is right there, and it all comes across, and you can see how it inspired so much from people.
Yeah, it should.
Watching that is also weird, and now that we've gotten the Fallout TV show, like you watch the Road Warriors, so much of that stuff is in the Fallout game. Like the dog food brand, the same one is in Fallout.
Is it?
You know what? I forgot to mention this in our discussion. Now you reminded me of this. When we talked about box office, was it last week or the week before?
Yeah, last week.
I forgot to mention this because I was thinking about Fallout. Audiences now are not rushing to the theater because we're just bombarded by entertainment now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, Fallout has a production of a big budget film. Whether you like the movie or not, it may not have been like the highest quality of effects, but that what was that movie with J-Lo?
Oh, Atlas.
Atlas. I mean, you're getting stuff like that at home, and that's not even considered to be the best out there. That's kind of mid-level, you know. People are getting They have too many options, and it's coming from every angle. And some people can simply wait at home and be satisfied because there's so many more things to watch now.
Sure.
And things of quality. It ain't that whole thing of, well, if you want to see this level of special effects, you better go to the theater. No, you can wait at home now.
Yeah. I mean, you think about back in the day, people would go to the circus. It was a big deal to go to the circus. You wouldn't even consider doing that now, but at the time it was because there weren't any other options.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a big thing to have the circus come to town. But now there's so many options, you wouldn't even consider a circus. You would laugh at somebody say, let's go to the circus. It's like, wow, you got kids?
Yeah, you got high quality entertainment at home, either visually or story-wise. You got video games now. And if you want to throw music in there, you got everything on streaming at the touch of your fingertips right there, man. It's just too many options for people to say, well, you know what, I'm gonna rush to the theater.
It's like the theater, the movie theater exists for people to have a place to take a date.
Yeah. That is very true. That's a great way of putting that.
And there is quite literally endless amounts of flavors. Like when I talk to my parents about like the stuff that I watch, like I told them like I probably watch more YouTube than like Netflix and HBO, and that didn't like register to them. Like that made no sense, and it's a difference in generation, I guess.
And chat, y'all are putting some great things in there. You're making a lot of great points. I just looked down and somebody said, don't forget YouTube too, and it's like, yeah, y'all are getting, and some people are saying kids ain't really rushing out there to go to the theater anymore. It's a whole different generation with a whole different outlook because they are growing up with all this stuff now.
Kid content on YouTube is a serious business, and it is humongous.